In a healthy economic recovery, the government is usually the first to start hiring again. Not this time. States, cities, and towns are cutting jobs because of rising costs these days. As CBS News business and economics correspondent Jarvis tells us this morning. Rebecca, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. And yeah, obviously this is a big problem for the recovery. The official end of the Great Recession was 2 years ago this month, but you wouldn't know it by looking at the health of the nation's states and its municipalities. Since June of 2009, these governments have cut nearly 500,000 jobs, and that's at a time when they should be the ones hiring and leading the nation in its recovery. When the devastating tornado ripped through Jefferson County, Alabama last April, road workers like 47-year-old James Sharon were among the first to respond.
We cleared these roads and got it open for everybody to get in, to check on their loved ones, to get their families out.
But now with the county tackling a massive debt crisis, Sharon is among nearly 1,000 public sector workers whose job is being eliminated as the local government slashes its workforce by more than 40%. For Sharon, a father of 2 teenagers with health problems, the thought of facing the future without insurance is terrifying.
My son had leukemia as a child. If it weren't for this job and this insurance, I don't know how I could have done what I did for him. My daughters had to have several eye surgeries. And then again, without this insurance, I couldn't have done it. So I'm scared to death.
Jefferson County isn't the only place scaling back. Across the country, cash-strapped state and municipal governments have cut nearly 500,000 jobs since the recession officially ended 2 years ago. Economists say these public sector jobs are needed to fuel economic growth.
In past economic recovery, state and local governments led the way out, adding jobs quite aggressively. In this recovery, state and local governments have been cutting jobs quite aggressively. So it's a very different time today compared to the past, and it's one of the reasons why this economic recovery is as weak as it is.
The realities of these cuts are starting to be felt. Last month in Alameda, California, rescue workers failed to save a drowning man after the budget for equipment and training was severely cut. In Camden, New Jersey, officials reported a 19% spike in violent crime after the city reduced its police force by almost half. Back in Jefferson County, where cleanup efforts from the tornado are still underway, the future is unclear.
The ditches are going to have to be cleaned. The driveways are going to have to be retied in. You're going to have new driveway pipes for the drainage, and they're just not going to have enough people to do that.
James Sharon.
Last week we watched as James Sharon was handed his pink slip. He swiped his time card one last time and turned in his ID badge, leaving with the hope that the cutbacks are only temporary.
It's disheartening, you know. I mean, you come out here and you pour your heart and your soul into what you're doing, and you try to do a good job for your community and a good job for your bosses, and you just feel like everybody's turning their back on us.
And in addition to cutting jobs, many state and local governments are also raising taxes to make up for those budget shortfalls. Earlier this year, Illinois hiked its income tax rates by a record 67%. So as you can see, Jeff, the crunch is being felt really by everyone, and particularly those in the communities where things are being cut. It's kind of like, well, you're taking things away and you're costing me more for it. People don't like that.
Yeah, 67%. Jarvis, thanks very much.